This is Feedbag and Flicks, where every episode is served with a side of comfort food, neurodivergent perspective, and all things friends, food, and film. Look who's back! Did you miss me? Welcome to the second episode of Feedbag and Flicks. I'm so sorry that it has been so long, but the reason why it's been so long is that, do you see, guys, see what's on the wall? Well, what you see up there is that part of it is a small fraction of my collection, and not only that, but a bunch of movie memorabilia, posters, a lot of jingamajigs. But the reason why is that we had to do a full studio remodel in order to make the Feedback and Flicks look great. But you guys know the drill. First things first, before we get to the movies, comes the food.
Spaghetti rice, French fried potatoes and goulash, eggs over easy, asparagus spears, hot dogs and baked beans and sauerkraut, red butter, mushrooms and chicken pot pie, pink lemonade on the 4th of July.
Well, you guys? For our grub for Zootopia 2, we're at Bunny's Onion Burgers on Meridian Avenue in OKC, in the heart of OKC. But, so, the reason why is that Judy Hopps is a bunny, one of the main characters in Zootopia, so it will be perfect sense to go here. So, I heard their burgers are amazing, and I heard so many wonderful things about it. So I cannot wait to see what it's all about. So, for our drink, we have a crispy Coke. Really good. This I will give 4 out of 5 mushrooms. Of course, since some of you guys may not know, Coke is one of my favorite drinks. So, I'll see you guys when the food gets here. Alrighty, everybody. Looks like the food is right here. But guess what? I had a mushroom, speaking of Feedback and Flicks and our mushroom rating, you cannot have this without mushroom Swiss burger. And especially since you guys know I love my mushrooms, mushroom Swiss burger would be perfect for part of our Feedback and Flicks brand. You gotta have mushrooms on it. Alright, so we got mushroom Swiss burger, fried Oklahoma fried onions, as they are in Oklahoma. And then we have some fries, some not just like frozen fries. They make fries fresh here, and that is crazy. So since they don't have a special sauce, I'm gonna put some ketchup and some mayonnaise to go with it. All right, we've got some pickles on here too. So, and then we have. And I add some fried jalapenos on here too to make it, give it some love, give it some because I know I love my spicy. All right, so let's dive right in, everybody. Whoa. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. This is amazing. This is so good. The burger, I like the burger because it's a little toasty. And this burger is incredible. The patty is just a little right. The patty's pretty good. Let's take another bite. Perfect amount of spice. It's just perfect amount of fried onions. This burger is amazing. The burger, I'll give a 4.5 out of 5 mushrooms. It's just so good. This burger reminds me of, I used to go to a burger place called the Miller Grill, and right out there in Yukon when I was really little. When I was in high school, when I was little, going into high school, And the Miller Grill is one of my favorite places to go to. That's what this burger reminds me of. Oh my gosh. And I really want the jalapenos on there because to give it that spicy kick, give it some love. That's what I really want. All right, so let's go on with the fries. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Sprinkle up some love, salt. All right, so here's what the fry looks like. That looks delicious. Let's do it. Stop it right now. Are you kidding me? No, does not have to surprise to me that this is one of the best fries I've ever had. And when I found out that they made them fresh here instead of just store-bought, they know what they were doing, and they knew what they were doing with the fries. And when they say they're fresh and cut, they meant it. They meant it. So this whole meal, I will give it between a 4.5 and a 5. That's give it right in between. So I would actually recommend going here. It is so good. So, all right, I'll see you guys for the Zootopia 2 review. All right, everybody. So we are here for Zootopia 2 at AMC Quail. So, Judy, are you excited?
I'm so excited.
So we are dressed up as one of my best friends, and I dressed up as Judy and Nick. But also, I brought my crew ready with me. Woo! Woo! You heard him. So are y'all excited, ready to go?
I'm so excited.
Me too. So I'll see you guys after the movie for some interviews with my guests. Well, you guys, this is us after Zootopia 2. And before we get to the review, I got some guests I want to interview real quick. So first, we'll get started with Mandy and Taylor. So what did you guys think about the movie?
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I would watch it again.
Oh, I agree, 100%. So, without any spoilers, what do you guys like about the second one?
The
return-
villain surprised me. It made me gasp.
I understand.
And the return of some pivotal characters I thought was really cool.
Yes,
Lots
sir.
of callbacks and lots of references.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. All right, you guys had so much fun?
So much fun.
I liked the second one. I thought it was very sweet, and I liked kind of like their little story that they had.
Yes, ma'am.
But I did like Flash's scene a lot better in the first one.
I agree, 100%. But what do you like, the first or the second better?
I would probably say the second one.
Ooh, I agree, 100%. It's one of the best sequels.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good.
So, and then our last guest we have is Chris. So, Chris, what do you think about the movie?
It was really, really good. It brought in a lot of new characters and it expanded upon the first one.
I agree, 100%. I love Zootopia. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. It's just unique. It's about inclusion and acceptance for who Judy and Nick have some issues with their partnership. The chief of police wanted them to solve the one last crime. If they don't do it right, they're gonna have to split up. But since the city is celebrating their 100th anniversary, Nick and Judy realize something that is beyond their wildest dreams. Something really strange is something very scary. A snake appeared. But before we get to the movie, let's talk all about the details. So let's talk about the composer of this movie. So the composer of this movie is Michael Giacchino, who composed the first movie, as well as a lot of Pixar classics like The Incredibles, Inside Out, as well as a lot of Marvel movies, like one of my favorites, the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, which he did such a good job with. But let's talk about the actors and actresses in this movie. And my goodness, we have a lot to talk about. We got Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman both as Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps. They were both just as amazing as the first one. And then we have Idris Elba come back as Chief Bogo. Jenny Slate as Professor Mayor Bellwether. And then we have some new cast members, which I'm really excited about. We have Patrick Warburton as a new mayor named Wind Dancer. You know, she was Joe Swanson on Family Guy. He was Kronk in one of my favorite movies, The Emperor's New Groove. If you guys haven't seen it, it's hilarious. One of the best Disney movies. Then we have David Strathairn, which it's David Strathairn. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm so sorry. And then we have Brenda Song, who was on Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. And then one of my favorites, Macaulay Culkin, which I'm really excited that he was in it. AKA, a lot of you may know him as Kevin McAllister from Home Alone. Some of you guys may not know this, but Brenda Song and Macaulay Culkin are both husband and wife. One more thing, Andy Samberg as a cat, which he did a really good job of. Oh, Linksley, yes. His name is Linksley, who Judy became good friends with in the movie. Let's move on to the directors. Now, directors are Brian Howard and Jared Bush. Brian Howard directed the first movie with Rich Moore, who did Wreck-It Ralph, and its sequel. But the direction they had with this movie is on par with the first one. I'm not surprised at all. They did such a good job with keeping up with the magic that they have with the first one. The humor is on point. The direction they had is on point. Now we have the direction out of the way. The animation looks absolutely mind-blowing. It's a lot more cleaner and a lot more crispier than the first one. It's just, especially since I realize it's a lot more cartoony in so many ways. Now, what did I think about Zootopia 2? I absolutely loved it. I think it's a lot better than the first one. After years of waiting since the announcement of the sequel, it is absolutely worth the wait. And especially since if you like the first one, you absolutely will love the second one so much. But also, let's talk about the message of the movie. The message of the movie is that each and every single one is special, no matter what animal you are. Especially since Gary the Snake is my favorite character. And as a person with autism, I relate to him so much. So much. And the reason why is that Gary the Snake is such a kind, genuine, considerate snake. And what makes me sad is that people are just afraid of him because they're judging him by the way he looks. But what I really like is that how Judy and Nick got to know him inside and out. The reason why I love this Zootopia movie so much is that it always reminds me that no matter what animal you are, everybody belongs. No matter what disability, no matter what animal you have, no matter what personality you have, we all belong. Which that leads us to the rating. And my goodness, the mushroom rating for Zootopia 2 is going to be, can I have a drum roll, please? 4.5 out of 5 mushrooms. If you have not seen it yet, I bet, especially if you like the first one, I bet you guys will absolutely love it just as much as I did. Now let's see if you guess what the next movie's going to be. I have 3 words. Crank up the music!
Back rib. I want my baby. Chili's baby back rib. Barbecue sauce. I want my baby. Chili's baby back rib. I want my baby. Chili's baby back rib. I want my baby back ribs.
Alphabet. Glinda. Alphabet. Glinda. I'm a witch. And I'm a witch. But which is which? Well, here's the sitch. We were roommates back at school. Alfie's awkward. Glinda's cool. We were strangers. That's no lie. But now we're besties.
After a year-long intermission, we're finally here, and I'm so excited to see it. All right, everybody. Right now I am still crying. So, what was your experience of Wicked?
I thought it was amazing. I thought it was beautiful.
Yes, ma'am.
I had so many favorite parts. I thought it made me cry. It made me laugh. It made me want to sing along.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a beautiful portrayal of friendship, and I'm so lucky to be your friend.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, man. Anna, Jay, so what's your guys' experiences on Wicked?
I loved it. It was a really good
Yes, ma'am.
emotional movie.
What did you think? I'm so glad you guys liked it. What was your favorite part about both movies?
all of it. I don't have a favorite part.
I thought it was great seeing the witch's side of the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, I agree 100%. Lucy and Jake Pierce. So, what do you guys think?
I thought it was good.
What was your favorite part about both movies, Bestie?
The ending. It shocked me.
Yes.
I didn't realize that's where it was going.
Yes, ma'am. By the way, let's talk about my favorite movie ever. Wicked! Ah! Alright, so, in Wicked, it's basically the Wizard of Oz, but told in a different character's point of view, which is the Wicked Witch of the West, and how she met Glinda. But let's talk about the composer of the movie first. Before we get into any of the synopsis, the review, and the message, let's talk about the details first. And the first thing we have to do is we have to talk about the composer. And oh my goodness, this is where it gets amazing. The composers of this movie are my favorite composer ever, John Powell. My heart, my love. And Steven Schwartz, who is the lyricist for Wicked. And Wicked would not be in the musical or in a movie without these two gentlemen. The way they have done the score incorporate from the musical and how they incorporate it into a cinematic way is some of the best things I've ever seen. Especially we combine John Powell's score, like how they done with How to Train Your Dragon. But the reason why John Powell was chosen is that I know he has the capabilities of like what a fantasy score could do, and I know he's done a lot of musicals in the past. So I can tell the way. Ever since he announced that he's a composer, I knew it was going to be something special. Especially when he's collaborating with the composer of Wicked, Steven Schwartz. But the way they elaborate on the songs from the musical into the movie makes it even more worth it. Especially since they've done one short day from the first act. Oh my gosh. That was one of the best musical numbers I have ever seen on screen. And the way they incorporated it with director John Chu, the way he wanted it, especially since he was a fan of the musical, and the way he elaborated it, what he done with it was he wanted us to immerse in the first person point of view, with the camera going across as the performers are singing and dancing. Especially goes, "Who seduced my hot air balloony?" My mind was blown. I was about to cry in tears when that happened. It's like you guys seeing Star Wars for the first time in the 70s. That's how I felt. And this movie changed my life in the best way possible. But this song, especially One Short Day, that song was one of the most mind-blowing musical numbers I have ever seen on screen. Written on screen. Even way better than how The Sound of Music. Like The Sound of Music. Mary Poppins. Even Wizard of Oz, for Pete's sakes. Let's talk about the actors, especially these two wonderful ladies. Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande as Elphaba and Glinda. Oh my word. Their chemistry with each other. Well, let's talk about Elphaba first. The way Cynthia Erivo elaborates Elphaba, the way they translate it into how she translates shit onto screen, especially her defying gravity, is some of the best singing I've ever heard in a movie. Especially since how she carries on Idina Menzel's legacy as Elphaba. But out of all the Elphabas I've heard from Broadway, even fun fact, I saw Wicked on tour with two of my closest friends, Paige and Heather. But as some of you guys may know, I was the groomsman at their wedding. But the way, I don't remember, one thing is that I don't remember the Elphaba's name, but I can barely remember it. But I guess the Defying Gravity in that one was pretty good. But out of all the Defying Gravities, including Jessica Vosk, Cassie Levy, this is by far the best Elphaba out of all. And Cynthia Erivo nails it. And now Ariana Grande is Glinda. She was as hysterical, as funny, and silly as Kristen Chenoweth, who was originally Elphaba. And these two did it justice. And that's what the director really wanted it to be. How he wanted it to be. We have Mitchell Yeo as the mysterious Madame Morble. Fun fact: director wanted him because he had a vision for her, and Mitchell Yeo has done so many villain roles before, but I knew she has it in her because the way she does any villain roles in the past, wow, she can do it. If she could do a villain role in the past, she could do it, Madame Morble, and she was perfect. But the way she does it, does such a wonderful job doing that mysterious tone. But mysterious, but also can be a little villainy too in her. But fun fact, she cannot sing at all. So the only problem I have with her is that her singing was not the best, but could still be worked on. But we have Bowen Yang, one of my favorite actors from Saturday Night Live. Right now, Bowen Yang was hilarious. Let's talk about the man himself, the handsome, the dreaming, the charming Jonathan Bailey as Fiyero. Man, he did such a good job as Fiyero. The way he was singing and dancing, especially dancing through a live sequence that he was in. Amazing. And then, As Long As You're Mine. Wow. Cynthia Erivo's and Jonathan Bailey's chemistry with each other as Fiyero and Elphaba. Amazing. Some of the best chemistry I've seen on film. So, all the actors aside, let's talk about the direction. And we have a lot to discuss here. So, the director of this is John M. Chu, and I'm such a big fan of him. The reason why he is perfect for the direction, because, fun fact, he saw Wicked for the first time in San Francisco before it came to Broadway, way back in 2003. And he loved it so much that he knew that he had a vision in him, and he wanted to direct Wicked in the way he envisioned it when he saw it on Broadway. And the fact that he had a vision for it makes me want to love this movie a lot more than I should have. And that's saying a lot. But the direction is some of the best I have ever seen in a film. Ever. But also, the reason why I'm so excited that he is directing it, because he directed another musical that is absolutely really good, In the Heights, with one of my favorites, Anthony Ramos. And the music for In the Heights is by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who did Hamilton. As some of you guys know, he did Hamilton. But the way he incorporates with Lin-Manuel Miranda's music is just so good. And it doesn't surprise me to say that he did such a good job with the choreography. The reason why I love Wicked so much, which is more than the songs, the story, the music, is the message. And the message is that it's about inclusion, acceptance, and most importantly, one of my favorite things in the world, friendship. And that is every single one of you guys that are watching. The way it incorporated it, and it makes me realize that I have been accepted, included, and loved by every single one of you guys. And the way that you all included me and supported makes me always keep going. So you guys remind me of Glinda in the best way possible. Especially since the way you accept and include me, no matter if I have a disability or not, that is the best way. That is the best way to see inclusion and acceptance. And that is the reason why I love Glinda so much. It always reminds me that I am loved, that you guys are loved, supported, and belong, and you deserve to belong out there, no matter what disability you have. And that is the reason why I love Wicked so much, more than anything. let's get into the mushroom rating. And oh my gosh, I need you guys' help for it. So, can I have all of you guys out there right now to have a big drum roll for this? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Bam! 5 out of 5 mushrooms, ladies and gentlemen. 5 mushrooms. So you know what that means? A perfect mushroom rating!
And nobody in all of Oz, no wizard that there is or was, is ever gonna bring me down. Oh.
But before we go, I just want to have a special shout out to my amazing guests. My best friends, Lucy, Christina, Chris, Bandy, Taylor, Anna, and Heather, for going out of your way to just hang out, just have the best time ever getting to eat, seeing the movie, but of course, most importantly, getting to spend time with me. I mean, that means so much more than any. You guys are some of the best friends I could ever have. And I'm so blessed. I got to know every single one of you guys inside and out. But this is just the beginning. We're going to have to do a lot more of these sometime soon. But you guys are some of the best friends I could ever have. And I love you guys so much more than anything. As always, I'm Jacob Howell. And remember, movies are always better with a side of friendship and fries. See you guys next time for episode 3.